you can resist. And what that happens over millions of people is that you generate enough friction that they cannot go as fast.
After much pressure from the Trump administration, Mayor Eric Adams is finally cooperating. On February 13th, he stated that we are now working on implementing an executive order that will reestablish the ability for ICE agents to operate on Rikers Island. He also makes it very clear that he is not standing in the way, and he also said that keeping the 8.3 million New Yorkers who call our city home safe is and will always remain our administration's North Star. And I want to show you guys some of the changes happening in New York and around our country because of these deportations. One of those fabulous changes is the street vendors being cleared off of the streets and New York being able to have their sidewalks back. Sometimes they speculate that some of the things that they sell are stolen, not all the times, but in some cases. So that whole little underground business is also being put to an end. Before I show you some more incredible changes to the safety of our communities, I want you to really soak in these Americans protesting the deportation.
Shoot yourself in the foot. Jump it.
So now we also have Americans flying the Mexican flag too, okay? So maybe they want to go. Wow, not just standing out with the Mexican flag when they don't seem to be Mexican and they're also not in Mexico. Pretty bizarre stuff, but they are also flipping people off on a corner. So this is totally normal behavior, right? Well, actually it shows the incredible mental illness crisis that exists in our country. What's pretty wild is I'm pretty sure that back in the good old days, when somebody, an American, would commit a crime, they would run to Mexico or run to South America. But for some reason, that has been reversed. So here we have a 47-year-old who comes from El Salvador who had a warrant for his arrest on aggravated homicide charges back in September of 2020. And guess what? He just got deported. So I find it really bizarre that Americans are protesting against people like Jose Marin Lorenzo, who was wanted in his native country. So something tells me they're not going to receive him with such open arms. And maybe that's the reason why many immigrants are so fearful about being deported back. But please don't think that this was just a one-off thing. There are various examples of this. Here is another one. This guy's name is Jose Miguel Coral Reyes. Convictions for DUI, assault, and shoplifting. People like AOC are getting themselves into serious trouble in trying to interfere with ICE.
Principle number one in what you can do is that when one of these things comes to your backyard, you can resist. And what that happens over millions of people is that you generate enough friction that they cannot go as fast as they want to go, okay? So I'm going to give you some.
Why didn't she just join the theater class instead of going into politics and embarrassing herself like this? But I guess people are actually taking her advice, staying home and not opening the door and just hiding away. And they believe that that is going to save them. Check out this construction site.
This is my second construction site area I've been to.
Those are beautiful houses. Wow.
Foundations is poured and all that.
Yikes.
Nobody working.
Wow. Good job,
See
AOC.
two of the trucks down there. But I think they're supervisors. Maybe they're trying to verify and see if ICE is going to come out or what. I don't know. what's going on, but I ain't never seen it this quiet before.
I mean, it seems like a lot of people have been staying home from schools. Markets are empty where they used to be filled with Latin people. Same thing with Walmarts. And so people are actually taking AOC's type of advice of just staying home and hiding. I mean, if you need to hide, maybe consider the fact that what you're doing isn't right. This post here comes from January 28th. It says that enforcement operation in New York City, criminal alien with kidnapping, assault, and burglary charges is now in custody thanks to ICE. But yet, AOC wants to give them the helping hand. It is no longer permissible, and anybody interfering with ICE is going to be prosecuted. And I would not mess with Tom Homan, that's for sure. Some people just don't realize the gravity of this situation. We have had people posting TikTok videos talking about cute winter boots and trying to tip off illegals and tell them where ICE is doing these raids. Look at this TikToker who made an entire site to show illegals places to avoid.
Hey everyone, so this is going to be a quick tutorial on how to use the ICE tip line that we have created and that is linked in my bio on the link tree.
Why don't you just say, take me away, I'm guilty. It's so funny that she put a little square of her face too. She has no problem with her identity being attached to trying to help criminals in our country.
It might look a little different for you if you are on your cell phone, but it should function in a very similar way. So what's really cool is that this is interactive.
It's really
map.
cool.
So let's say that I am in the Los Angeles
interactive.
area and I want to see what the latest news is about ICE sightings.
What a crazy idiot. I don't even want to show any more of this because this is not okay. And I'm sure that this website is going to be shut down any minute now. Every time I see Americans thinking that they're helping, I find it so funny because they're not realizing that they're actually being taken advantage of and they're just being used as pawns. And it just makes me wonder why they want to feel morally superior by saying, oh no, they're not criminals. They're just normal people who want a better life like me or you. It's like you think you're comparing them to other Americans that you were raised up with, and you don't realize that in Latin America, sometimes in some places, not in all places, people have a different mentality, and sometimes people get ahead in certain places by taking from other people, and that person has become you, and that is what you're fighting for. Not you, of course, not you, the people who are fighting for illegal immigrants. I mean, they see a video like this. They see a video of a boat with a bunch of people just running onto shore into America and being like, oh, that's so beautiful. They're so brave. They're coming here for a better life. They hopped on a boat. They risked their life. They're escaping from something that maybe they have caused. And I have been looking at countless videos in Spanish of people who have just arrived in Colombia or just arrived in Mexico. And I kid you not, I was so shocked to see so many, hundreds and hundreds of comments in Spanish saying that they shouldn't have gone to the US. They could have stayed in their countries, or they should make their countries great, or they should be blaming their countries and not the United States. They should be blaming themselves. They should be taking responsibility for themselves. It's their own fault that they believed that they could go to the US illegally and have a part of the American dream. They should have gone to the US legally. This is what people in Latin America are saying about illegal immigrants in America. So why have some Americans been so brainwashed to believe that they are fighting for what is right when people in Latin America also understand that it is wrong? There's a correct way and a wrong way of coming into the United States. One of the best quotes in the world is that you can have anything you want in life if you'll help enough other people get what they want. But changing countries with the wrong philosophy isn't going to make their lives better. As you can see, they were selling on the street in their home countries. They got on boats, they hopped the border border, they went in coyotes to the US, and they're doing the same exact thing. The problem is in the philosophy.
Queens, New York, AOC's district, this is what is going on. All of these people here that are selling on the street have crossed into America illegally. A lot of them have been here for up to 3 years, so they're settling in. A way to make money is for them to come and sell goods on the street. This literally looks like
I mean, basically what they have been trying to do is turn the US into the countries that they have come from. There's ways to be more efficient, there's ways to be more productive, and we should try to learn those ways instead of trying to embrace things that simply don't work. We have a lot to look forward to, and ultimately we should be trying to learn as much as we can every single day so we can take advantage of the opportunities in this country, because we were very fortunate to not only be born here, but be born with the mentality of abundance and structure that Americans have. Please make sure that you're subscribed. You're awesome. I'll see you next time. Bye.